Corky, an ex-con who has just finished a 5-year jail sentence, arrives at an apartment building to start work as a painter and plumber. On her way up to the apartment, she encounters the couple next door, Violet and Caesar. After Caesar leaves, Violet flirts with Corky and asks for help retrieving an earring that has fallen down her sink. After Corky extracts the earring, Violet admits she lost it on purpose to get closer to Corky and begins to seduce her. They are interrupted by Caesar's return, and Corky goes back to work. When she leaves for the day, Violet follows her to her truck. They go to Corky's apartment and have sex. The next morning, Violet confesses that Caesar is a money launderer for the mafia and that they have been together for 5 years. Later, she overhears Caesar and his mafia associates beating and torturing Shelley, a man who has been skimming money from their business. Upset by the violence, Violet seeks solace with Corky. She tells her that she wants to start a new life, but needs her help. Knowing that Caesar will soon find the nearly $2 million Shelley stole and count it in their apartment, Violet and Corky hatch a plan to steal the money. Corky, already wary of Violet's intentions, is unsure whether to trust her. Shelley is shot and killed by Johnny, the son of mafia boss Gino Marzoni. Caesar, furious that Johnny acted impulsively and splattered blood everywhere, returns to the apartment with a bag of bloody money. He obsessively washes, irons, and hangs the bills to dry. Violet explains to Corky that Caesar and Johnny hate each other, and that Gino and Johnny will be coming to pick up the money. Their plan is as follows. Once Caesar finishes counting the money, Violet will pour him a drink to relax before he showers. Corky will wait next door and listen for the sound of running water. When Caesar turns on the shower, Violet will accidentally drop the bottle of scotch intended for Gino and tell Caesar she's going to buy more. As she leaves the apartment, she will let Corky in to steal the money from the briefcase and escape. Violet will return with the scotch and tell Caesar that she just saw Johnny leaving, but that Gino wasn't with him. They expect Caesar to assume Johnny took the money, forcing him to skip town to avoid Gino's wrath. Everything goes as planned until Caesar discovers the money is missing. Realizing that if he runs, Gino will assume he stole it, Caesar decides he must retrieve it from Johnny. Panicked, Violet threatens to leave, but Caesar pulls a gun on her, suspecting that she and Johnny have set him up. Corky waits next door with the money as Gino and Johnny arrive. After watching Johnny flirt with Violet and taunt him, Caesar snaps. He pulls out his gun and accuses Johnny of stealing the money. In a fit of rage, he kills Gino, Johnny, and Gino's bodyguard, Roy. Now desperate, Caesar tells Violet that they must find the money, dispose of the bodies, and pretend Gino and Johnny never arrived. Otherwise, their mafia associates will start asking questions. When they fail to find the money at Johnny's apartment, Caesar calls Mickey, a mafia friend, pretending that Gino hasn't shown up yet. Meanwhile, he discovers that Corky and Violet stole the money. He ties them up, gags them, and threatens to torture them until they reveal where it is. When Mickey arrives to check on Gino, a panicked Caesar makes a deal with Violet. She must help him stall Mickey while he prepares to kill him. Violet calls the landline from Johnny's phone and quickly convinces Caesar to pretend he's talking to Gino, who is supposedly in the hospital after a car accident. Mickey believes the lie and leaves for the hospital. Corky tells Caesar where she hid the money, and he goes next door to retrieve it. Seizing the opportunity, Violet escapes and calls Mickey, telling him that Caesar stole the money and forced her to keep quiet. Meanwhile, Corky tries to stop Caesar from taking the money, but he overpowers and beats her. Just as he's about to kill her, Violet arrives and pulls a gun on him, telling him that Mickey is on his way and that he should run while he still can. Caesar, confident that Violet won't shoot, smirks. She replies, "Caesar, you don't know." Then she pulls the trigger and kills him. Later, Mickey, who believes Violet's story, assures her that he will find Caesar, and that there's no need to involve the police. He also expresses interest in making Violet his girlfriend, but she tells him she needs a clean break. In the final scene, Violet makes her escape, driving off hand in hand with Corky. Thank you, dear, for watching, and see you again in the other movie.